What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eye Bri, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Negan, Walking Dead comics, all that stuff. So obviously, spoiler warning for The Walking Dead show, the comics, and everything Walking Dead related, spoiler warning. Well, Negan is going to be a topic of interest for a lot of people for Season 10. Some people love him, some people hate him, some people will never get over the fact what Negan did to Glenn, Abraham, and our beloved characters. But Negan was in jail for a long time. He got out in Season 9 just to go back in and then be let out again, well, kind of, and then he did a heroic thing and saved Judith and Dog, and it was awesome. But ultimately, is Negan going to be a free man? I believe so. Angela Kang said a couple things in an Entertainment Weekly article that she said that for people who want us to release the Negan, we should be pretty happy with what happens in Season 10. And she's excited about Negan's story arc in Season 10. I think it should be a big thing to happen this upcoming season if you like Negan or not. I don't know if you'll ever get over the fact of what Negan did, but you gotta kind of get over a little bit as Negan is here to stay on the show, at least for Season 10. And to be honest, I like the new Negan. I'm not a big fan of Negan in Season 7 and Season 8, but Season 9 he was okay, especially his interactions with Judith. Season 10 he could have a complete 180, while per Angela Kang he's not going to be 100% a good doer 180, but he's going to be an anti-hero at best. It's Negan being Negan. Negan is going to be a person that pushes the envelope a little bit, well, probably a lot, and he's a leader. He's an alpha male. He's not a beta, but I hope he fights beta. And we'll see what happens with his interactions with Carol. We haven't seen that yet. Michonne, is she going to be the Rick type of interaction with Negan in the comic? Daryl, that's a big interaction that I want to see happen. We'll see what happens with Daryl and Negan, and I hope they're not best buddies. That's for sure. We'll talk more about that at the end of the video. But Negan was let out because he was going to freeze to death in the jail cell, and that was really polite of everybody to bring Negan out into the warmth. But he saved Judith and Dog. So Daryl should be thankful that Negan saved Dog. But I don't want Negan and Daryl to be best buddies, and I don't want him to be like, yeah, you're okay now. No, I want to be like, nah, this doesn't change anything, Negan. You're still this guy. But Michonne and Negan could have interactions like Rick did in the comic with Negan. I see Michonne and Negan having the Rick-Negan interactions in the comics, if you know what I'm talking about. Negan does some big thing. He does a heroic gesture against the Whisperers, and Alpha, if you want to call it that. But is Alpha and Negan gonna have the comic story arc? You know what I'm talking about. Negan and Alpha could have a thing because I see Negan still being an outsider. He's free, he can walk around, but will he go join the Whisperers as he did in the comics and do the big epic moment like he did in the comic? But the comic is the comic and the show is the show. I've said it before and I'll say it again. And the writers probably will change some things. I think Angela Kang wants to keep the show viewers who are comic readers on their toes. What are they going to keep? What are they going to change? What are they going to remix? And so on. But if Negan is a free man, that gives him the ability to go join the Whisperers and do the big comic story arc that can happen on the show. But I see this interaction with Rick and Negan back in Season 7 being a similar interaction with Michonne and or Daryl and Negan. Now the Saviors won't be there, but Negan could do something heroic to save the day. And I see Negan, and if it's Michonne or Daryl, one of those characters walking back, and it's a different conversation, but it could look similar like they shot it in Season 7, obviously in different circumstances and without the Saviors there, but I could see a similar thing happening. And Negan's going to complicate things. I think his relationship with Judith is going to make him a better person. Judith is going to make him a nicer guy, not a super nice guy. Angela Kang said it in the article that he's an anti-hero at best, and it's Negan being Negan. He's going to do what he needs to do to survive, and I'm okay with that. We'll see what the writers want to do with Judith, Negan, Alpha, Beta, and this guy. Like I said before, I don't want Daryl and Negan to be best buddies, like, yeah man, it's cool, you're alright. No, Negan did some horrible things. He tortured Daryl. He beat Daryl. He gave him dog food. Well, he didn't. Dwight did. But he was still in charge and he could have stopped it at any time. He also killed Glenn and Abraham, which Daryl feels responsible for. Rick and Daryl, that's a brotherhood. That's a bromance. They're brothers. And I don't care what Negan does. He could wipe out all the Whispers and do something so amazing that it changes the game for The Walking Dead. I still don't want to see Negan and Daryl have the relationship that Rick and Daryl had. That's their connection, and that should never change. They are brothers, like I said before, and I love their connection. Hopefully Daryl comes together with Rick in the movies, or Rick comes to Alexandria in the movies some way, shape, or form. But I doubt that Rick comes back to the show because it's just not going to happen per Angela Lincoln, and that's okay. Daryl just has to go to Rick in the movies. So we'll see what happens with Negan, but Angela Kang's excited about Negan, so I'm excited. Also, Negan going against the Whispers should be awesome, should be epic. It needs to be a big part of the show, and I'd be fine if Negan takes out Alpha, if he fights Beta and has those big moments. I'd be okay with that. I personally want Carol to take out Alpha, but if they have the Negan way about it, that's okay, because he needs a redemption arc a little bit more, even though he started that redemption arc. Is it enough? We'll have to wait and see if he has some big epic moments in season 10, and I think they're coming. But let me know your thoughts, post your comments below, and please hit that subscribe button and become a valued member of our PT channel, Walking Dead family. And remember, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself, you can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, and as always, tell them Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.